Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden. I am so happy that you joined me today. Today we're going to make a portfolio style junk journal. So first I'd like to do our shout out to Nancy, Jane, Brittany, and Kaylee. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay you guys, so you want to start with a piece of cardstock. And you'll need a double-sided printed on both sides. And this is an 8 by 10. And I happen to print this from Chapter 1 papers. Isn't it yummy? Oh my goodness. So once you've got your cardstock, then you want to fold it in on one side. And you'll want to fold it in 2 inches. Okay? Then on this end, you're going to fold it in 4 inches. Alrighty. Excuse me. Then you'll want to get your ink and ink the edges of all 4 sides, and plus where it is creased right here. Now you don't have to do this next step if you do not want to. But I would love to. I am going to sew around the edge with my sewing machine. Like I said, you do not have to do this step, but I'm going to do it right now. Alrighty, now this is how it looks when it's sewn. The next thing that I have done is I have gotten my papers together. Now I already went ahead and got them together, but I'm going to show you what I have inside because it will make a shorter video this way. So the first page is a coffee dyed copy piece of paper, copyweight. And it has the doily image, and then it has some tracing paper for number 2 and a white doily, and some more of that Chapter 1 paper that's printed on both sides, but this is just thin coffee paper, a copy paper. Some more coffee dyed paper. I have an old letter on coffee dyed paper. Some more tracing paper, a coffee dyed doily, some more of that Chapter 1 two-sided paper, just coffee dyed paper, and a white bag. Now of course the same is on the other side because it's folded in half. So what you'll want to do is get your papers together, and you'll need 7.5 by 7.5 folded in half, and then it will fit right in here just like this, okay, because it's a portfolio style. Then what I did was I took my Chapter 1 papers and I glued my paper onto harder cardstock, and I punched some circles out. I really only need 2. Actually, I just need 1, but I printed some out, and then I took my embossing powder and I embossed them. So not only are they thicker, but they also have a very pretty surface. Very, very pretty surface. I don't know if you can really see that it's a little bit shiny. Alrighty, so I think what I would like to do next is sew my signature in by hand. So I've got my little large paper clips here, and I am going to position it exactly where I want it, and that's going to be right here. And I'm just going to put my paper clips down just like this. This holds it in place as you mark your holes so that you can sew in your signature. Now I'm going to get a few more of these. All right, I got a few more of the paper clips, and I'm going to continue to hold this down just like this. Next, I need to get some string or floss. I like to use floss. I picked some pink out. So 1, 2, 3 3 widths is always a good thing to, you don't want to run out of your string while you are binding your book. That's just something you don't want to do. I've got my large needle and I'm going to put my thread right in. There we go. And now I need to make a little, what's the word I want? All right, I think the word is template. I have a little piece of cardstock and it is exactly the length of my book, and I'm going to fold it in half. So I'm going to fold this in half. If I could put it down on the ground, or on top of the ground, on the table. Let me move this out of the way so I can get this folded. Good heavens. Okay. Fold it in half. Then you're going to fold it in half again. And one more time. Just like that. Now, when you open it up, you are going to see where these folds came together, right here, and right here. That way that's how you measure, because I'm not going to, measure the other way. I will just mess that all up. You put this back into, we're in the center. You've already put the paper clips onto the back of the actual portfolio cardstock. It's in the center, and you're just going to put this right inside, and you're going to clip it on both sides. You need it to be firm and to stay in place. It's very important that it stays in place. You don't want it moving around. All right. Now you're going to take your, I think it's called an auger, and you're going to go right through where you've marked it. Let me get my little, turn this around here. I have a piece of foam here. I'm going to put it down on the, so I don't bother my glass. There we go. We've got that one punched. We've got this one punched. Okay. I'm going to punch this next one. Here we go. Now you're just going to slip this out. You're not going to undo everything because you want your holes to be still in line and your papers in line. You're going to start right in the middle and you're going to just go straight down. You're going to leave a little bit of string to tie it when you're finished. Then you're going to go back up through one of the holes and you're going to go all the way over. Okay. Now, when you come back up through the middle, you want to go on the opposite side of this. I want to go on the opposite side. This one's on this side of the center. I want to go on that side so that when you tie your knot, you're catching that string and it will hold it in place. Okay. Pull this through. You want to make it taut. You want to make sure you check it on this side that it's not caught on anything. And it's not, so I'm going to trim it so I don't have all this extra. I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to tie one more time around just like this. Now you can always put something pretty off of here. You could tie it in a bow, or you could just leave it like that. That's your choice, however you want to do that. So now we're going to take our paper clips off because you've sewn it in place. It's not going to go anywhere. Take our paper clips off, just like that. There we are. There we are. We're not done yet, but there we are. It's right in there, and it's just beautiful. The next thing we want to do is our closure. So I spoke of how I use the embossing powder on the circle with the decorative printed paper. That's what I'm trying to say. This right here. I cut it out of that. And then I took my tiny little hole punch and I punched a hole in the center. You can see there's a hole right there in the center. Then I have my fasteners. So I'm going to get a fastener out. All right, I just need one. Oops, let's see, that was hooked together. There we are. So we need to decide where the center is. So I am going to take it like this. And where's my pencil? Here we are. Got my pencil. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so about right here is where I would like to put this, and I'm not going to put a hole. I'm just going to push it through. Just like that. I'm trying to get this opened right here. There we are. And that's what this little end is for. Alrighty. Now, you can take your hole punch and punch another circle out and place it right here without a hole in it. And that would make it, you know, just a little nicer looking. So now we've got it looking like this. Oh, how pretty. Now I chose to use some very thin pink ribbon, and I went ahead and I attached some dangles to one end. I've got a tassel, a heart, and just a little pretty pink little rhinestone. I'm going to tie this around. I'm hoping I've left myself enough to tie around, because I'd like to have that just be like right there. And get this tied. There we go. I'm going to tie it again. I really need to pull it down here at the bottom and tie it again, because if you tie it at the top and then you tie it at the bottom, it will cause your circle to come up just a little bit, and then that will enable you to get your ribbon or your string, whatever you choose to use, underneath that circle easier. So if I can, I didn't leave myself a lot. I should have left myself a little bit more, but that's okay. I got it. There. How pretty is that? Now all you have to do to close it is go around like this. Now you can put another bauble on here if you would like. You don't have to, but that's just, there's your basic right there. Now you can go back and you can put yourself that circle I was speaking of right here to finish it off. You could put a little tiny tuck spot here. You could put a tuck spot here if you'd like, and you can also put a tuck spot here, a corner tuck, or a little side a side tuck right here. Sky's the limit. You could decorate the pages, but you have got yourself a base. And it didn't take any time at all. And it just took a piece of cardstock, some folding, and a little bit of papers for the center. Sew it in, and you've got it. And I am so glad that you have joined me. And I do hope if you've had a great time to join me in my next video. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye now.